Hey friends, Chef D Malfi here. Welcome to Plant-Based Made Easy. It's good to be back. Happy Monday, everyone. Today I'm going to be featuring a really delicious breakfast recipe. And it is so delicious that I think I sometimes eat this recipe not just for breakfast, but for a snack. And sometimes I do oatmeal for dinner as well. So today we're making vanilla chai oatmeal. So yum. If you're joining us for the first time, I want to say hello to you. Let me know that you're here for the first time. You can engage with me in the comment box. I'd love to answer any questions that you have about plant-based eating and living. And let's get into it. I'm hearing some feedback, so hang on one second. I just want to make sure I am muted. And I am. All right, you guys. I am really ready to cook with you today. And if you've never been to this show, know that I have an overhead cam as well as a front view cam. So I'm going to be switching back and forth so that you can see what I'm preparing. I want to make sure that you can actually get the full kind of like plant-based made easy experience today. So here is my overhead, and I'm going to show you and actually walk you through the process of making this recipe. All of the recipes that I do here really require just a few ingredients and really less than 30 minutes. I try to make these episodes super simple and streamlined. So if there's questions, please say hello and ask your questions, because this is the time that I have with you and I love to engage. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Brian. All right, you guys. So let's make some vanilla chai oatmeal, shall we? This is really, really good. If you haven't yet done so, please subscribe to my Plant-Based Made Easy monthly cookbook membership. This gets you a new cookbook every single month. And I want to show you what this cookbook looks like. So I'm going to add this to the screen. Here is the cookbook that we're working out of and the recipe that we're making today. And this is a really wonderful resource, you guys. This is a month-long cookbook. It's going to give you 24 recipes. And today we are actually making our breakfast recipe, vanilla chai oatmeal. And it's really super duper simple. All right. So I'm just going to show you, this is what it looks like. And within this cookbook, you're also going to get a lot of different other resources, lunches, dinners. You're going to get snack recipes. You're even going to get staple recipes and sweet recipes. And oftentimes people ask me, hey, I didn't know that we could have sweets and still live a healthy lifestyle. You absolutely can. And I'm going to show you how. And today I'm also going to do a second recipe because I want to. I'm going to show you how to make plant milk, one of my absolute favorite staples of my home that I make every single week. So let's start with the plant milk. All right. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a split screen of the overhead and my front view. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make some plant milk because we're going to need this for our recipe. So first things first, I'm going to show you how to make this out of my favorite machine called the Almond Cow. All right. Here's the Almond Cow. If you've never heard of it, I'm the one that really talks about it here on Plant-Based Made Easy. I love this machine. You might see other influencers talking about it online, but I probably do more videos than anybody else in terms of the Almond Cow because I love it so much. I'm sort of an evangelist for the Almond Cow. The reason I like it is because it's a one-stop shop. You can make any nut or seed milk in this machine, and it only takes one button, and it takes less than a minute to make. Okay. Now, if you don't have this machine, you can also do this in a high-speed blender with a nut milk bag, and I can walk you through those steps too. So if you email me, I can give you the steps for manually making plant milk, but I'm going to do it in my machine today. So first thing that I want to do is I want to take the bottom or the base of my machine, and I'm going to fill it up with water to the minimum line. It ends up being about 5 cups of water, so you end up getting about 64 ounces of plant milk or seed milk. It's really great. All right, the next thing that I want to do is I want to take these two things. This here is called the collector's cup, and it has these ridges so that this right here can actually, the filter basket can actually stand up straight. This is really useful, okay? So to this, I'm going to add my ingredients for plant milk. First things first, I love to use raw cashews and coconut shreds, okay? I absolutely love this combination because you end up with a really creamy, dreamy milk that is very similar to a whole milk, okay? You can run the machine twice, or if you're doing this manually, you can actually like strain the milk twice to make it even more creamy and delicious, but the Almond Cow does it for you, so you really only need to run it one time. But let's talk about the nuts here. In this case, cashews and coconut. I want to let you know that the cashew pieces and the coconut pieces are now being sold by Almond Cow. So I'm showing you here in the overhead. I'm going to show you in the overhead as well, the front and the overhead. 48-ounce bags, it's 3-pound bags. And the reason I like the nuts that they sell is because they have these labels on them. I'm just going to do an overhead right now. I'm just going to do a front view. They have a USDA organic label. They have this really cool glyphosate residue-free label and a non-GMO project verified. These are really important, okay? These 3 distinctions will let you know that inside of this bag, you're going to get nuts that are super duper healthy and very nutrient rich, okay? This is not going to contain any glyphosate nor not genetically modified organisms. So this is going to be very good for our gut microbiome. And if we're going through all the trouble of making plant milk, it better be high quality, right? It better be delicious. And I say make it as opposed to buy it, because when you buy it in the store, it has all these hidden additives. Here's the coconut shreds. Again, this is a wonderful bag. This is a 2-pound bag. This stuff is so good, you guys. And when you buy in bulk, I don't know if you know, but you can save money. So really cool products at Almond Cow. I will put the link down for you, Christine. And if you guys purchase the cookbook, you also get a discount link for the machine itself. So I hope that you'll consider purchasing the cookbook, because I can't keep making these videos if we don't have people purchasing these products. And so I need you guys to send me some love here. Get a cookbook. You're going to get a month of recipes, and in it, it's going to get lots of discount codes for lots of the products that I love. So I've some cashews here, raw cashews, some coconut shreds here. I'm not going to give you the quantities because I really do want you to consider purchasing the book. Think of it as a donation to plant-based living and eating, okay, you guys? Really, I put my heart and soul into these products and into these videos, which I do weekly, sometimes 5 days a week. So I want to continue to rev up. I want to do videos again, more 5 days a week if I can, but I need your support. So I'm going to add dates here. I'm going to add dates because I'm going to sweeten this just slightly, all right? So I want to take these whole medjool dates and I want to remove the pit. Really simple, just kind of remove it with your thumb and you get the little pit out. This can go right into the compost. And then I'm going to add to this a little salt, because salt's going to help this milk stay fresh for a little longer. It actually will keep your milk fresh for like 3 additional days. It kind of acts as like a natural preservant, I guess. And it really kind of doesn't, it actually accentuates the flavor of the cashews and the coconuts really nice. So that's it. If you wanted to, you could add vanilla. I'm going to skip the vanilla today because I don't want it overly sweet. And I'm just going to stop right here. Oh no, I need the top of the machine. Did I not bring it? Daniela, I didn't bring it. All right. Well, listen, you put the blade on top, you put the machine on, you turn the button. There's one button. I did not bring it. The top. And so here's what it looks like after 60 seconds. You get this. This, my friends, is delicious almond milk. I just want to show you what it looks like. This is cold and creamy. I did make this ahead of time so that it could be nice and cool and delicious and ready. Sometimes I think when it sits a little bit longer, it even gets a little bit better. So I promise I will do this demo again with the top, but this is what it looks like. Thank goodness I have this pre-made. I'm here by myself now, so I can't ask somebody to go get it for me, or else I super will, super would. All right, you guys, coming back to you. Sometimes, you know, it's live. So what can I tell you? Sometimes we just never know what's going to happen on these shows. All right, so now let's make some vanilla chai oatmeal, okay? This is super duper simple. I think this recipe is really great. It takes less than 15 minutes to make. And the first thing that we want to do is we actually want to make a chai mixture, okay? So again, this recipe comes right from my cookbook. Here's what we're working out of right here. But I'm going to go to my overhead. Let's make a chai mixture, okay? So the chai seasoning, this is really super delicious and really important, okay? We're going to add to this chai mixture a little bit of ground ginger. This is going to be the predominant flavor. Ground ginger, you're going to have the most of. And then a little bit of cinnamon here. And yet you can make your own chai. You definitely don't need to purchase chai mixture from the grocery store. You can make your own and it's actually fresher and more delicious. I'm going to add a little bit of cloves here. I'm also going to add some nutmeg, which I really like. I want you to see the color here of this nutmeg. It's like spotted and really fragrant. You know that it's really fragrant when it's spotted like that. It has like dark and light little spots. That is a good sign that the nutmeg, the actual little seed, which is the nutmeg itself, has a lot of flavor. And then last but not least, cardamom. This is really, really good stuff. It's very floral. It's yummy. It has this like tan color. So this is our chai spice mixture. Now, if I wanted to actually like put this in a tea, I would mix this up and then I would steep it with some black tea and some plant milk, and I would let it sit on the stovetop until all the flavors kind of came together. It takes about 5 minutes, and you can make your very own chai tea at home, or even a latte if you froth the milk. It's so yummy. All right, so now I have the chai spice mixture, and here's what it looks like when it's all blended together. It's sort of just this mixture, this brown powder, and it's really, really great. All right, so now let's actually make the oatmeal. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a split screen of the overhead and the front view. And I want to first start by getting my pot on. And I'm using a induction here. You can see my induction is right here. I use the Tasty induction oven, and it boils water in less than 90 seconds. I'm going to do a full overhead so that you can really see my induction. And I'm going to put on top of it a really small pot. I'm using a ceramic pot. That's my business. Whatever you want. Make sure that though it's going to be slick, it's not going to be stainless steel. Don't try to make oatmeal in stainless steel because it will stick. All right, now what we want to do is we want to actually combine the oatmeal with water, milk, and the chai seasoning. So let's talk about oats. First things first. All right, so let's talk oats. Oats, you can usually get rolled, regular oats at the grocery store, kind of anywhere. This is a 32-ounce bag. 2 pounds, really great. It says 100% whole grain on it. These happen to be gluten-free. So if you have celiac disease or if you are gluten-free, you definitely want to get something with a distinction that says gluten-free so that it doesn't share a factory or a factory line with anything that has gluten. I really like rolled oats, but sometimes I want something that's quick cooking, and I even want sometimes more nutrient dense oats. Sometimes I feel that my stomach has a hard time digesting rolled oats, and so I often opt in for sprouted. Sprouted oats are amazing. Now, if you guys want access to these sprouted oats, I have a couple of different kinds on my Amazon storefront that I love, but I just want to show you that it says sprouted right on the bag. And what it actually means is that the oats themselves have been steeped in water until they actually germinate or sprout. And that makes these oats a little bit more bioavailable for our gut microbiome. So it's like, food for our belly, and it's really good for us. So I'm going to just go ahead and use the rolled oats today, but you can use sprouted or anything else. It really doesn't matter. They all act the same. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with about 2 cups of the rolled oats. I'm going to just do half the recipe. It's just me. I'm going to do a half a cup of water. Get this on. And then I'm going to do a little bit of the plant milk. Okay, so 1.5 cups or so. Perfect. And get this on a nice high heat with your chai spices. Now I'm doing half the recipe, so I'm just going to use probably 1.5 pinches of that chai seasoning. And then I'm going to use a little bit of vanilla extract, which I have right here, you guys. This is alcohol-free vanilla extract. Really, really good stuff. I'm going to show you in the overhead because I think that has a little shadow. Yeah, and this is really good. This is going to give you a lot of vanilla flavor. It's going to be really yummy. The cool thing about oats, especially for breakfast, especially if they're warm oats, not overnight, is that they only take a few minutes to cook. So take your favorite heat-resistant spatula. I love the Zule spatulas because they are heat-resistant and they're very easy to use. And I just want to let this cook. It's going to like boil up, and then it's going to simmer just for 30 seconds. And then that's pretty much it. It doesn't take that long. So delicious. Now, if you wanted to make this overnight oat version, what you would do is you would just steep this into your steep this with your plant milk, leave the water out, add the chai seasoning, add the vanilla extract, and any sweetener if you wanted, right to a mason jar and let it cook just easily right in, like cook. It's just going to sit and steep actually in your liquid, and it's really delicious that way. All right. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to see if there's any questions here. Yes, I will send the link for the machine. Yeah, I love Penny. I'm with you. Penny says chai tea is her favorite kind of tea. It's probably because it has the most flavor, right? It's so delicious. It's really, really delicious. It's also really good for us if we use cinnamon and cardamom and ginger in our diet because it really kind of helps us to curb our appetite. So it's really kind of important to think about spices as a wonderful way to live a healthy life as well. I love that, Cindy. Thank you so much. Just go with the flow. You know you have to. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hi, Millie. Hi, Sisette. Brian, how's the weather in Denmark? I'm so curious. All right, you guys. So as I'm finishing up, I'm just going to let these oats continue to cook. I'm going to get my bowl, and I'm just going to get any garnishes that I want. So if I want a little maple syrup, I can add a little maple syrup. I think it's really nice if I add a little bit of flaxseed meal. So I'm going to show you here. I want to show you the difference between regular flaxseed and flaxseed meal. Let me grab my flaxseed from the fridge. So flaxseed is a seed, and you want to keep your seeds in the refrigerator, you guys, because they are going to go rancid very fast because they have very high fat content. Okay, so I keep them in a refrigerator, and I keep them in glass containers just like this. And here's what regular whole flaxseed looks like. I'm going to show you in the overhead. Really nice, golden, delicious. These are very high in omega-3 and 6 fatty acids. Very, very good for us. And I'm going to use a little flaxseed meal because our bodies actually can't digest the seeds. So it's actually really good for us if we can use flaxseed meal. And this is what it looks like. I'm just going to put some in a bowl here. This is ground up and really good because this is just going to go straight to our gut microbiome. This adds a ton of protein to your dishes. It's great on salads. You can put it in salad dressings. It's really great as like a faux Parmesan. You can add salt, garlic powder to it to make it a little bit more savory. Whatever you want, make it your own, but I love adding it on top of oatmeal because it's so delicious. Yeah, Brian says in Denmark, we have 2 degrees now, but it feels like -4. Yikes, that's cold. Jennifer, thank you so much for your support. I'm glad Jennifer's been saying that she likes the recipes. I know you've been trying a lot of the recipes, so keep at it, lady. You're doing a great job. I'm so curious to know how many people here are plant-based for the first time, like within the first year of going plant-based or vegan. Who's a newbie to this world? I am. I'm going to raise my hand because I went plant-based April 1st of last year, so I'm almost at my year mark. I want to know who else is with me on that. Here's a really cool comment from Cheryl Baker. Cheryl started adding flaxseed to her nut milks, so you can actually add to your nut milks any seeds that you want, hemp seed, chia seed, flax seed, and you end up getting more nutrient dense plant milk. It's going to have a little bit more protein. It's going to thicken up. So it's actually more kind of like a creamer than anything else. Really good suggestion. Thank you for that. I love that, Cheryl. And I believe, Cindy, you were our Testimony Tuesday person that we featured last week. You guys, tomorrow is supposed to be another Testimony Tuesday. We haven't found anybody who wants to be featured, but I'm curious, anybody here on the line want to be featured? Super easy. I would send you an email with just the instructions on how to sign in tomorrow, but I would love to feature your story. So every Tuesday, you guys were featuring somebody from our Plant-Based Made Easy community, or maybe not from our community that just wants to play and enjoy and tell their story about going plant-based or vegan. So if there's anybody here that wants to join for tomorrow, please let me know. And Mary says that she is. Mary, you are vegan, plant-based within the last year. Awesome. Good on you. All right, you guys, I'm going to show you this oatmeal because I think we're nearly there. I'm just going to do an overhead so you can really see what I'm working with here. This is nice and bubbly. It's nice and creamy. Oh my gosh, this looks really good. I'm going to show you in the overhead before it gets steamy. Yeah, do you see kind of how creamy and delicious it is? Okay, this looks fantastic. Take it off. I'm going to plate it. I'm just going to put it right in my bowl. Yum. And that's it. I'm going to scoop out every little bit of oats because I don't want to skimp on anything. I can smell the chai, you guys. This smells just like chai, but instead of it just being tea, it's oatmeal. How cool is that? Yum. I'm super into this recipe. I'm going to sprinkle it with just a little bit of the flax. Again, that's going to just add a punch more nutrients, you guys. And here you go. I want you to see this. This is a delicious vanilla chai oatmeal ready for you. Perfect way to break your fast. I'm just going to give this a quick little taste before we wrap up. Before I do, I want to give this food a little gratitude. Thank you, oats and chai. I'm so grateful. Here we go. Oh, man. So creamy. It's so flavorful. It's spicy. It's got a ton of great flavor from everything, to cinnamon, to ginger, to that floralness of the cardamom. So darn delicious. If you guys make this recipe, please post it inside of our Plant-Based Made Easy Facebook group. You guys, we are almost 5,000 people big. I cannot believe we've grown to that size in such a short period of time. So thank you so much for coming today. Please let me know if you want to be featured on tomorrow's show, Testimony Tuesday. If not, I'm going to come back at you this week I'm pretty sure I'm going to come on all 5 days. So please join me for that, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And if I can help you and serve you on your plant-based journey in any way, may it be health coaching or recipe developing or kitchen coaching, please reach out. Please let me know. I'm not only a chef, but a health coach, and I love what I do. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.